All right, guys. Thank you for watching the last couple episodes, and you notice how I tend to describe stuff and I describe it different from everybody else. Like, for example, the height of the bars. You know, you guys understand where I'm coming from with the height of the bars doesn't always equate to the height of the bar. It's actually the whole setup. Today, I'm gonna explain how you guys been picking the right bike actually the wrong way. That sounds kind of weird. So what I mean from that is that, okay, so if let's say you're 5'5", I'm 5'5", you should be riding a 20-inch with a 20.5-inch top tube, okay? You guys all agreed, right? Okay, but is that the right bike? What I mean from that is, remember the bars I was telling you, the height of the bar, the setup. Remember I was telling you, stem comes in different length, comes in different rise, cranks come in different length, frames, different length. That's what I'm here to talk about. You've been picking the right bike the wrong way. So let's look at the gateway behind you. That is a typical 20-inch BMX bike. 20.5-inch top tube. Okay, I don't have the geometry of the head tube angle on the gateway or on Mr. Denim Cox's frame, but the aftermarket frame right here, the back end of this is 12.5. That one right there, if I eyeball the gateway, I would say that's about 13. So when they're manufacturing a complete bike, they're manufacturing the norm. But is the norm the right bike? I'm gonna explain why the short end, why the short stem, why the short crank, why the longer crank. So for example, this subject came up because Alfredo said, you know what, a lot of people are asking, you know what, I want a bike that's a little bit more control. I want a bike that's a little bit more twitchy. I want a bike that's a little bit more stable. Well, getting a stock bike is just the start of it. But it's actually not right, because when you start building your own custom bike, you need to know what's my preference. For me, I'm not a tech guy. Back in my heyday, yeah, like 100 years ago, when I rode, I like riding a lot of trails. So when you ride a lot of trails, you want a longer back end. Why? With a shorter back end, if you're going up on the dirt jump, you're gonna go up. You're actually gonna go up. If it's so short, you're gonna be going so steep. Remember guys, that's based on my opinion. That's not a fact, that's what my experience is. So with a longer back end, when you're hitting the dirt jumps, especially the dirt jumps I jumped when I was younger, they're not as steep. So I don't want to pull back as much. And the jumps are wider. Now, the jumps aren't as wide. I know some of you guys saying, wait a second, there's trails out there that's long. But for what we have around here, like the wetlands and all that, they're very narrow, very steep. So you're gonna go up, you're gonna snap. You're actually gonna have to snap back almost like you're jumping a spine. So shorter back end is gonna be very scary, because when you go and you hit it, you're gonna pull back. You're almost gonna pull like a backflip. So for me, if I was gonna set up a bike for myself, trails, I'm gonna want a longer back end because it's a little bit more stable. For some of you guys, I like doing like nose wheelies, like doing, you know, fast bar spin, stuff like that. Yeah, you know what? If you have a longer stem, when you throw the bar spin, imagine if this thing swings all the way around. That's just like holding this handlebar and trying to swing like this versus holding this and swinging like this. Look how much easier it is. So if you like throwing bars, you like throwing fast bar, you're gonna want a shorter stem, because when you throw it, it doesn't have that length to swing around. Same thing with the short back end. If you like to do 360, quick 360, you want a shorter back end, because as soon as you go up, you kind of do that little wheelie before you're gonna snap. You're gonna snap really fast, versus the longer one, you have to do a longer wheelie, a steeper wheelie. Gotta follow me? Same thing. You know what? The fork, steeper fork versus what I consider a 30. When you hear me talk about fork, I'm not talking about 30, 20, and in the teens. This is 18. So when you're riding something like this, of course, when you're going to nose wheelie, this is gonna be a lot easier. If you like to do like little nollie tricks and stuff like that, this is gonna be a lot easier than this. But think about if you put this fork onto a frame that is longer back end. That frame now is long, so therefore what? It's stable. So when you're doing dirt jump, you're in the air a lot. You're going from gap to gap. It's more stable. But if you're riding street and you like the little tech stuff, you don't like to go huge, you know, you like to feeble tap to Smith tap to 180 bar out. Yeah, so you want something where it's short, snap, 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 snap. So I don't know if you guys are following me so far. You got, God, is this confusing and stuff like that? It's really not. So I'm trying to explain to you, what style bikes do you ride? What style tricks do you like? What's your prefer? That is going to be the right setup. So all this time, you know, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna get a 20.5. That's gonna be right. You're only partially right. You're not completely right. What you're completely right is if you're gonna go in, you're gonna select what you're really gonna ride. What's your style riding? Like Alf, I know his frame is gonna be long, his back end's gonna be long, because he doesn't like to do a lot of those quick snaps. He likes to do like flares. He likes to do long grinds. He doesn't like to do the real quick, short, 6 foot grind tricks that you're gonna do like 10 different tricks on. That's gonna be a real snappy, short bike. You guys get me? Good. Go out there and buy some bikes.
Wanna do some questions?
Yeah. What's up, dude? What is this? Okay, so we got a little bit of time, guys, so we're gonna do a little bit of Q&A because, you know, a lot of you guys are asking some really cool stuff, and I wanna help you guys out. So we got somebody here. What's your name? Low Tier? That's somebody was born with the name Low Tier.
That's his YouTube name.
So why people say something about my name? Why can't I, you know? That's...
No one spells it right. They all spell it F-O-O.
Okay. Dude, can you make a video about old school parts? I have a vintage BMX bike. The stem has a bottom load, has a neck on it, and it sticks on the fork inside when you tighten it. Okay, so I kind of know what he's talking about. I have a small frame. Dude, I'm just illiterate today. I think it's all the smoke. 19-inch top tube and a small seat. What Mr. Low Tier is talking about. Guys, back in the days, this is the stem back in the days. This is why some of them are considered a gooseneck. I don't know if you guys ever heard that term, gooseneck, because it looks like a little gooseneck, you know? You know, like a little gooseneck. What this bolt right here does, so what this thing does, it goes in here, slides in, and this little wedge, as you tighten it, it goes up, and look, notice how it goes and it wedges out. It pushes outward and it keeps this thing in place. So some of you might think, oh, why did they change it? Well, the thing is that it wasn't as strong. It didn't grab as strong. So this thing is always moving. It's always moving, and this thing, it gets all shiny and stripped out. This get all shiny, stripped out, and then it just didn't hold as strong as a traditional clamp. Cause this one right here, this one, it goes on, and then you tighten these two pieces, and it's grabbed on. Versus you're holding something like this, you can't hold this long. I can just pull it. Where this, you're holding it tight. So that is the difference. And you know what? Road bike, they still use this because they don't have as much demand for grip. So that's the difference. Kristen Phu Vu BMX? Is that you say? Sure. Phu Vu BMX? What does Phu think? It's guys, for the record, Phu is P-H-U, not F-U. But that's okay. I don't think they meant it on purpose. What do you think about the tree bike hub that was supposed to be laced 5-cross? Stronger, right? The tree hub, if I remember, it is a straight pull. You know what? You guys want to see it? I actually think I have one. Yeah, come on, guys. Come with me here. All right. Hey, if I can't get out, you're gonna help me, all right?
Nope.
All right, not in there. Okay, hold on. All right. Oh, it says profile, the tree hub. Oh my God. I think I found my lost cat back there. All right. The tree hub, guys. The tree hub. Oh, look at that. Honestly, this is a beauty. Beautiful. It's like jewelry, dude. I I know the guy, I know who he is, I just don't know his name, so somebody chime in. You know his name? But, really smart dude, but he designed this, and if you look at the holes, you're like, wait a second, it's not the traditional hub where it has the little flange where the J-bend pulls it. This is a straight pull. So you guys might want to think, wait, so how does it pull? In here, the holes, they taper down. So as the spoke goes in and you tighten it, it wedges in, just almost like the way that stem works. It wedges it. And it's a straight pull, so the whole point of that is that the spokes can be stronger. Because the traditional spoke, when it goes onto a hub, it's pulling. As it's pulling, this piece is gonna go straighter. As it's going straighter, it's gonna weaken it. This is straight and it's just pulling, it's stronger. Really genius, but getting off subject here, it's the 5 cross stronger. So I was taught the more cross, the stronger. Because basically it's like you're weaving a web. So wheel is like a woven I can't say that. I can't say that.
Woven web.
Woven web. There you guys go. And the more weave it is, the stronger
The web.
the web. So yes, in theory, the 5 is stronger. Now the question is it needed? That is the question. My opinion again, guys, I don't feel like 5 is needed. That's just way too much. Majority of the guys now that's out there riding, I would say probably all of them, they're on 3 cross. And it's holding up. Why? Because the technology of the rim is a lot better. And also the guys' ridings has been more refined and smoother. So to answer your question, Kristen, it is stronger, but it is not needed. Okay, what's the next one? No, we'll do a couple more. We'll do a couple more. Come on.
It's already 20 minutes.
Alf just wants to do one more, guys, so he doesn't care. I want to do 2 more.
Why didn't you? Okay, Gookazade.
Gook? Where?
Gookazadi.
Gookazadi. Is that like, is this trying like gook as in like?
I don't know, man.
Like
You.
slant eye.
You are the gook.
Oh, come on, man. Why don't you pick up the Hoffman low drag and talk a little bit about it? Well, the Hoffman low drag bars, guys. Remember we were talking about bar last time? Multiple piece. This is the Hoffman low drag. This is not the original, this is a remake. I mean, what do you want me to talk about? First of all, why the tapered? I think the tapered is because Matt Hoffman, you know, he's doing like those big tuck no-handers. His legs are, come on, get it down here, get it down here. Get it all the way down here. See, he tucks it to clear. Stuff like that, and he wants all the bar space like that because he's always doing crazy things. He wants the low crossbar because he does those candy bar hops and the, what is that trick where you put both your foot over?
Bar hop.
Is it a bar hop? Yeah, so I think that's why this bar was designed so extreme. There's really no reason on, oh yeah, because it's stronger than, no, it's all, Matt Hoffman has everything figured out. So he didn't design this just to be, you know, hey, let's make the most outrageous looking bar. It's very, very functional. You know, a lot of you kids gonna think of it as, yeah, dude, that's gross. No, you know what? It's functional. So yeah, there, I talked a little bit about it. Otherwise, there's nothing else about it. Hey, a normal name, George B. You didn't mention fork steer tube length or head tube length. Fork range from about 160 mil to 180 mil, and the head tube can be 4.5 to 5 inch. So having the same spacer and same stand can still have a big height difference if you compare. No, George, you're absolutely right. And I do want to talk about that, but a lot of times I'm just a dude here just yapping away. The producer's right there. He's like, you know what? There's this equation about time per minute, getting people's attention. Like right now, some of your guys' eyes are glaring over and you guys are already like, don't care. But George, you're absolutely right. So this is gonna be the last one, so let me show you. I'm not gonna try to reach up there, but if you guys look at this, look at how tall this thing is. And then you're gonna look at the height of that. The Sunday head tube is taller. I personally like that because when you put a fork on it, and see how you have some of the space. This fork, mind you, this fork it's a little bit shorter than normal. Wow, this thing is really short. So it sits like that. And wow, why is this fork so short? Oh, it's an 18-inch. See, I told you guys, I don't know absolutely anything. I'm just retarded. So let's grab it. 20-inch fork. So if you look at this, it will sit right there. You're gonna have your headset cap, some spacer, and stem. So by having a longer head tube, you don't have to run spacers. It'll make it look a lot cleaner where the headset and the stem is butted up against each other, and it looks cleaner. But it also is stronger. It's reinforcing the steer tube. So again, it's like me holding this versus me holding it like this. It's a lot stronger. So yes, George, you made a very good point. God, Alfredo, you're gonna send him like, you know, $1 million, right? Okay, cool. So you might look at your friend's fork and he has the same fork, and you go, oh dude, he has 2 spacers in there. I have a stranger, mine has no spacers, so mine must be off. No. Your head tube is taller. Your head tube's taller, so you don't need it. So it still equals out to be the same. But if you want to talk like Bill Nye status, you know, it is actually more stiff and rigid because the head tube supports it. So of course the response is going to be a lot better. I love that question. Hey guys, post more questions. I'm going to try to answer it. Engage, and you know what? I love talking to you guys. I love seeing that. And until next time.
Also, I'm gonna list those shirts on my website.
Oh yeah, so guys, a lot of you guys are asking about the t-shirts. You know what? I'm too busy here, you know, fixing bikes, fighting with customers and stuff like that. So Alfredo is going to be the exclusive guy that's going to be selling these. So if you guys want it, hit up my man Alf, because if you buy it from me, you're probably not going to get it because I'm going to always forget to send it out. Okay? So Alf's going to get some.
Link in the bio.
Hit it, and thank you guys.